Narcissists are not more powerful than you. In this video, I want to talk about why narcissists are nothing but weaknesses and why you aren't. Number 1, you have empathy. One of the key signs of narcissistic personality disorder is that clear lack of empathy and sympathy for other people, besides themselves, of course. You, however, have empathy, and probably enough for other people as well. The definition of being an empath is having empathy. You can put yourself in others' shoes and see what they're going through and understand what they're going through and why. You can put yourself into their position and see why they're sad or angry, etc. You care about others and you care about how they feel. You care greatly about how your actions affect other people, the direct opposite of a narcissist. This is a wonderful quality to possess, but not always the easiest. It can be frustrating to always possess a huge amount of caring for others who might not necessarily give that back to you, moving things around in your life to please other people. There are those who see empathy as a curse, and it just simply isn't. It's a very powerful quality that not everybody can handle, but you most certainly can. Number 2, your ego is completely in check. We all know about the frail and fragile little ego that a narcissist has. They need to be feared and worshipped, praised, chased, admired, and adored pretty much at absolute nauseum. While compliments and nice gestures are all fine and good, everyone likes them, your day actually doesn't revolve around those things. Think about how exhausting that must be for someone narcissistic to not be able to boost their own ego, to not be able to feel good about themselves unless somebody else helps them get there, for them to constantly have to go after someone to feed an absolutely insatiable beast. And this is a common reason why narcissists don't have much of an identity. All their time goes into finding and grooming supply, leeching off old supply and spinning around looking for another source to get that really quick fix from. I've often referred to the narcissist as a cold-blooded animal. They need other people to provide that heat by way of kindness and compliments and so on, all of that attention. You don't need this. You don't need others to make you happy and get you through the day. Number 3, you have the strength to heal. Healing sucks, let's be honest. Looking at ourselves and seeing all of the flaws, the cracks in the foundation, and what needs to be fixed. And sometimes coming to the realization that a lot of things need to be fixed and tweaked and turned around so that we can become healthier. It really couldn't be less fun in that healing process. But here you are, though, trying to figure out what has happened to you and being really open and honest with yourself about those things so you can move forward in such a healthy and positive way. And let's just say, can we really sit here and make the argument that the narcissist has the strength to do this? They absolutely don't. Them jumping into a new relationship absolves everything in their mind, and they can just keep moving on, trying to convince themselves of just how happy they really are. The fantasy bubble that a narcissist lives in is truly a dangerous place to be. But you have the power not to fall into those kinds of habits. You want to understand the issues, work on them, and feel better. And it's a really amazing quality that you have that they don't. Number 4, you don't play any games. Give yourself credit for being an adult with a normal maturity level. You don't want to fuck around with games. You have the ability to be civil, have conversations, explore your feelings, and talk things out if the other person cooperates. And that's always the tricky part between you and me. We know that narcissists behave like children, and while it isn't always fun to be the adult, we don't want to take care of other grown-ass children either. You don't want someone to be confused or hurt or upset like a narcissist does. They want you confused. They want you upset and not knowing what's happening. Instead of refusing to deal with the problems, you want to face them head on, wanting positive forward motion. Yet again, something the narcissist is never going to work on, a quality that they will just simply never develop. They don't want to, they don't feel they have to. In the mind of a narcissist, what they're doing works for them. It should work for everyone and work perfectly. If you'd like to talk one-on-one about what you're going through or what you've gone through in a toxic relationship, you can email BookAChatWithJess@gmail.com to set up private chats with me. Number 5, you can accept things. This one is pretty broad, but what I want to focus on here is you can accept your own weaknesses and failures. You know that you aren't perfect and you never claim to be. And this is an extremely attractive and humbling quality to other well-adjusted people who can also accept this about themselves. But a narcissist? Yeah, no, that's not going to happen. They are in their fantasy bubbles 24/7 where they're perfect. The rest of us are garbage. We don't deserve to breathe the air they do. Again, a very dangerous thought. But it's also very weak, too. Being able to accept reality, as awful as it is sometimes, is something that's just simply too difficult for the narcissist to handle, but not for you. Sure, it takes time to get to acceptance. We don't get there in one day, and there are a lot of things we have to accept. A lot of things don't go well in our life, but it's mandatory that we sort this out, process it, find that place of acceptance, because only after acceptance can we rebuild things and go on. Number 6. You don't continue this bullshit cycle. Narcissists are stuck in this endless cycle. They're looking for absolute perfection, running through a laundry list of people to try and find it. Maybe you've even seen them date person after person, and they dump them as soon as they find a flaw. And that's the whole point. There's always going to be a flaw or weakness or an insecurity in people. That's part of what makes us who we are. And it's actually beautiful in a way. However, the narcissist is still striving to find that perfect source, and stuck in this cycle, you aren't. You see the red flags, you're going to work on yourself and not allow yourself to get caught up and go around and around with toxic person after toxic person. For you, the cycle is going to stop right here. But let's have a moment of sympathy for the narcissist who is going to keep doing this bullshit over and over. Number 7, you did not let this person destroy you. You might feel as if you're completely destroyed, but you're not. You're still here. You might be in an awful frame of mind, thinking the worst, not knowing really what happened. Maybe things ended very abruptly and you're just beside yourself. But you're still here and you're still trying to make sense of it all. And that is more than a narcissist will ever do. You're showing every day that you keep moving, and there is a strength and resilience about that no weak narcissist can ever claim. And along with not letting this completely wreck you, you will not allow this experience to change you into somebody that you're not. It can be really easy to stay in that negative headspace, of this terrible frame of mind. And unfortunately, our worst state of mind produces the worst and most insecure actions that you can fathom. Abused people often become abusive. Narcissism breeds narcissism. But you have not allowed this to make you an awful, bitter person who is angry at the world because of this. Now, do you sometimes have those thoughts? Oh, hell yeah. There's a whole grieving process happening where we go through anger, sadness, and resentment. We are bitter and we are petty, but that's in the manual. We're all going to go through this. We won't linger on all of that. In the end, you will stay sweet, kind, giving, and nice, and you won't allow this to make you what happened to you. You will still be exactly who you were, except probably better in the end. I will never give somebody who hurt me the satisfaction of knowing they made me just like them. I want them to see that I can still be exactly who I was before. A good person, just stronger, better, and smarter for the experience. Number 8, you're not afraid of love. Narcissists are very afraid of love. Real love requires that vulnerability and intimacy that I talk about all the time, opening up to another person and them doing the same with you. That is real love. A narcissist is never going to get extracurricular with another person. They're never going to reach that level. You will always be set at arm's length with this person regardless of how long you've known them. And even though you think you know them so well, you don't. You are never as close as you think you are. For everything you do know, there's 90% that you don't. They will not completely let somebody in. And I get that, not letting somebody in. It's scary. Somebody could judge you, reject you, use it against you. Showing someone who you are is terrifying. But here's the interesting thing about you and about me. We still do it anyway. You are not afraid of your emotions. Finding love is really hard to do, but you still know that it's worth it and that it's out there. You also know that narcissists don't want love. They want all that power, respect, glory, wealth, fame. Not love. Never love. In real love, as you and I both know, there is a lot to lose, and a narcissist just doesn't have a whole lot to lose, and they don't want to let go of losing the small amount of what they do actually have. The narcissist is just never going to be willing to take that leap and go for it and throw caution to the wind. Number 9, you respect people. You're just not a complete asshole. You try to be a good person. You don't use anyone. You stay in your lane. You don't cause strife and drama to others, and you let them live their lives. You respect other people as human beings. You value human life, and you don't see people as things, purely here for your amusement, as a list of goods and services, the way a narcissist does. So tell me down in the comments what else makes you better and stronger than a very toxic narcissist. All of your thoughts, leave those below in the comments as well. Please like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. Thank you so much for listening. Have a great day, survivor, and take care of yourself.